So, I'm going to be talking about relationship issues, detachment, and that ballpark area there. Because I have a lot of people that come to me about relationship issues. A lot of people ask me a lot of questions in regards to relationships when they come to me to get tarot card readings. A lot of times it's about their relationship issues. And I always get people that are stuck in the same space all the time. Repetitive behavior. One thing that you must learn to realize is that relationships of all sorts, it doesn't matter whether it's with your mother, with your father, with your siblings, with a significant other, they're all temporary. And they're not meant to last forever. And a lot of people think that relationships are meant to last forever. They're not meant to last forever. Not even our lives here, every lifetime is not meant to last forever. Every single thing has a expiration date. People, places, and things all have expiration dates. Just like at a job, if you go to a job, you have a relationship with your job, you have a relationship with your coworkers. You're not meant to stay at that job for the rest of your life. You may be there 10 years, you may be there 20 years, you may be there 6 months, but it's not going to be for you the expansion of your life expectancy. That's unrealistic thinking. And that's what a lot of people's issue is, because they have unrealistic thinking. You have an unrealistic ideology of how all this works. You're not meant to stay in anything forever. Everything is temporary. And I would consider myself a relationship expert because I have been dealing with relationships for 26 years of my life. Y'all have to excuse my granddaughter. She got to have all the attention, okay? But I've been in relationships for 26 years of my life. And where some people have been in relationships with been in a relationship with one person. Hey, no. Hold on, because here she go. Grandma's taking it away. No, because you're not going to come in here and make noise and I'm talking, young lady. I don't care. You're being rude. Now go back in there and watch the show. Go. Hey, you can come sit here. Do you want to come sit here with me? Okay, then hush. But, yeah, that's my granddaughter. She's a Cancer now. She got a little attitude on her. But, most people, well, some people have been in relationships older. They're more of the older generation. They stayed in relationships for lengthy periods of time where they were there in the relationship for, they've been married for 30, 40, and 50 years. And there's a reason why that's not occurring right now and why it happened so much back then. Because I hear so many people now say, oh, my grandparents been married for 50 years. Why can't I have that in my life? Because you all are failing to realize that when your grandparents were born, they were born into an era where it was a religion was forced on us, and we were led to believe that if we got a divorce or we left that relationship, that was a sin. That if you divorce and you leave your marriage, that's a sin. And because people lived in fear and were afraid to leave, they stayed in that relationship, whether that relationship was beneficial to them or not. They stayed in that relationship. They could have been sitting there getting their ass beat day in and day out and would still stay in the relationship out of fear, because it was programmed into their mind that if they got a divorce, they were sinning and they were going to go to hell. Okay, that is not how things operate. All right, our grandparents were born in the era where it was the Pisces era. Okay, this is where the fish symbol comes from. This is the symbol that they use for Christianity and for other religions based off that. Primarily for Christians, they will use the fish symbol. You will see it a lot on the back of the card. This is card decals will have the fish symbol. That represents Christianity, okay? And that was the era that they were born in. We're not living in that era anymore. We are living in the Aquarian era. What about our ancient kings and queens? But even then, that the ancient kings and queens stayed together for a reason. A lot of times royalty married royalty for the benefit of that family bloodline. That's why they stayed married, not because they truly loved each other. If you watch a lot of films, you will see that a lot of times the queen or the king loves somebody else, love the guard, the protector. Sometimes, because for me, I have literally lived that a lifetime as an Egyptian. Was one of the first memories that I can remember. And I was royalty. I was of princess or of a queen back in that time, okay? And it was forbidden to marry anyone that was not of royal bloodline. And I did not want to marry another king or queen. I was in love with the man that was protecting me. That was my guard. I was in love with him, but it was forbidden for me to be with him because I had to marry royalty to keep the bloodline pure. And that is why they stayed like that from back in the ancient times, and then in recent times where our grandparents stayed together because of religion. I have been in relationships, like I was saying, most people, for the most part, that grew up in that era, they stayed together for 50, 60 years. Marriage is long-time relationships, okay? Forced relationships. I have been in relationships since I was 14 years old, and I will be 40 years old in August. And I never partook in that type of behavior. I always did what floated my boat, what I felt was right for me. If I seen that the relationship was not working, then I kept it moving, because I'm not going to sit there and keep constantly fighting with someone to fucking love me. All right? Love should not be that fucking hard. It should not be where you guys are constantly at conflict with each other all the damn time. That is not what love is about. Love, yes, you're going to have your issues. We all do. It doesn't matter if it's your damn neighbor. You're going to have an issue with somebody, with everybody that walks into your life, because we're all different. We're all designed different. This is why we have our sun sign falls in a different place, our moon sign and our ascendant sign, because we were all made up differently. All right? We all have different life path numbers. We are all unique like fingerprints. All right? So no two people are alike. So yeah, you're going to have indifferences there, but there are people that you will come across that you won't have to work so damn hard for them to fucking love you. A lot of you all love people or fall in love with people that are broken, that don't even love themselves. And you out here giving love to this person that cannot possibly learn how to love you because they do not know how to love. All right? I just was in a relationship not too long ago with a narcissist, okay? I'm still growing. I'm still learning too. Even though I've been in relationships for 26 years of my life, that's one thing that I never dealt with was a damn narcissist. And if I did, then I didn't realize it at the time. But with her, I realized it. Yes, Kat, they stay in relationships because they're comfortable, because they live in fear. They're afraid to move on. They think, I'm not going to find anybody that's going to accept me or love me. I'm coming to tell y'all, I'm so real and honest and transparent. I don't give a fuck how anybody looks at me. So I keep it real with all of y'all because I love you all, because I want to see y'all grow and prosper too. Don't ever think that ain't nobody going to love you. Because I have 4 kids. A lot of people like, oh, ain't nobody going to want me with 4 kids. And then you get a dude that wants to tell you, oh, ain't nobody going to love you with all them kids. Ain't nobody going to want to be with you with all them kids. That's a goddamn lie. All right? Because my soulmate that passed away in December of 2014 accepted me with all 4 of my kids, took care of all 4 of them like they were his. All right. Then you have people that have issues like herpes or AIDS or lupus or things of that nature. All right. I have herpes. Okay. And I don't care. It doesn't bother me to say it. I've been dealing with it since 2000. A lot of people like to put a stigma on there like, oh, you got herpes because you a hoe. That's nasty and all these other different things. Shut that shit up. I got herpes because I had a unfaithful husband that fucking cheated on me and gave me that motherfucking shit. All right? But I've learned to not allow that to manifest into my life because I don't sit here walking around thinking about that all the time and giving that disease power over me and over my life. I've learned to move around that shit. Okay? And I was so insecure thinking that I was never going to find anybody that wants to be with me because who the fuck want to be with someone that has herpes? But guess what? Just about everybody that I've dealt with since I found out that I had it in the past 17 fucking years, there's probably only about maybe 2 or 3 people that told me, no, I can't fuck with you, because of that. Because I tell people ahead of time. I don't just wait until after we have sex and then I tell them. No, I let them know up front what my condition is. And I let them make the choice of whether they want to deal with me or not. And I've told people up front, and a lot of them have never had no issue with it. They was cool with it. Why? Because they want to fuck with me like that. Because they like me like that. Because they accept me for who I am. All right? You all need to get out of that ideology of thinking that nobody is going to accept you for who you are. People will accept you. Just like now I'm going through an issue where I got periodontal gum disease. It runs in my family, and I'm wigging out like, oh my God, what if I lose my teeth? My mama lost her teeth at 36 years old. Like, my gum line is deteriorating. My teeth are starting to bleed again when I brush my teeth. So now I got to go to the dentist, and I don't know what stage I probably might be in, and I might be losing my damn teeth. But guess what? Someone's going to love my toothless motherfucking ass, all right? So don't ever think that nobody is going to love you, that nobody's going to accept you because of your conditions, because people will. Y'all need to stop being so damn comfortable and allowing people to mistreat you and allowing people to treat you like shit and talk down on you and not lift you up, not love you. Stop staying with people like that. All right? I get so many people that constantly come to me and they stay in the same circle over and over, constantly like a dog chasing its tail. Go running around in circles, okay? Dealing with the same situation, hoping and praying that the person that they're with will change. I'm telling you right now, 9 times out of 10, someone ain't gonna fucking change. People change because they want to change. They're not going to change because you want them to change. They got to change because they want to change. And you all have to stop forcing that. If you recognize the signs that someone ain't trying to change, then you need to keep it fucking moving. Because someone that really wants to change, you'll see the change immediately. It won't be 6 months later or next year. They will start changing today if they really want to change. If they really want to keep you in their life, they will make that change ASAP. All right? That's someone that really wants to change. People don't, for the most part, don't want to change because they don't see no wrong in their behavior. So you all need to stop sitting there hoping and praying that this person is going to change and just keep it fucking moving. Because everything is temporary. Everything. Our lives are temporary. This lifetime, we're not going to live here in this body forever. Yes, our souls live forever, and that's the only thing that lasts for eternity. Okay? Other than that, everything else is temporary because this world, this is a matrix, all right, that we're in, all right? You're manifesting your thoughts into a reality, okay? You're not even really here. You just think you're here, all right? And it gets deep, and I'm not even go into the deep end about it because a lot of y'all just ain't even ready for that esoteric knowledge. Y'all ain't ready to be told that you're not really here, all right? You're not ready to hear shit like that, okay? So I'm not even going to go there with that shit. But just know that everything is temporary. Everything has an expiration date. Y'all need to stop holding on to shit. Let go of that shit. If it's not benefiting you, if it's not elevating you, if it's not food for your soul, you need to go. Go. Okay? Because all you're doing is wasting your time. And time here, every lifetime, is limited. All right? That's the reality of it. You have a certain span of time here, and you're only going to be here for a certain amount of time. So you're literally wasting time being with someone that is not beneficial for you. That's not going to take you anywhere in life. Get with someone that's going to uplift you, that's going to tell you that you're beautiful every day, that's going to tell you that you're handsome every day, that's going to be a positive influence to your life, that's going to ask you, hey, what you doing today? What kind of changes are you making today? What kind of goals are you accomplishing today? What kind of, what are you marking off that bucket list today? Be with someone like that that's going to inspire you, that's going to motivate you, that's going to uplift you, that's going to push you to be a better person. Not kick you down and keep you in the dumps and depressed and not wanting to fucking live and making you feel like you don't even want to be here. Don't be with someone like that. That's not beneficial to you. That's not beneficial to the growth of your soul. And a lot of you all have blocked root chakras. Your root chakra is blocked. And the root chakra houses fear. All right? So a lot of you all live in fear. Okay? Fear of the unknown. Fear of moving out of your comfort zone. All right? Because you have allowed yourself to be comfortable in these fucked up ass relationships. So you don't want to leave out of that because you don't think that there's nothing out there that's better for you. And there is. You have to know that there is better for you. Do you actually think that you brought yourself to reincarnate this lifetime to live a shitty life? Do you actually believe that your soul sat up there in the spiritual realm and said, okay, I'm going to incarnate in this lifetime so I can just live a completely fucking shitty life for the rest of my damn life? No, you didn't. You're supposed to live the best life every fucking lifetime. Y'all need to get your heads out of your asses and stop putting up with this fuck ass shit. Live your best life. Do what makes you happy. Stop allowing other people to influence and to affect your happiness. You all deserve to be happy. All of us do. We all do. We all deserve for someone to love us unconditionally. And there is someone out there that will. You all allow all of these bullshit ass people to come into your life to lead you to believe that you're not worthy of being loved. That you're not worthy to obtain that kind of relationship. And that's false ideology. That is not what it's about. You are God. You are your own generator. You are your own operator. And you are your own destroyer. Remember that. You're your own generator. You generate your own life. You can have anything that you fucking desire. Thought. You gotta think. Project. Your thoughts are projected here. And that's what creates your reality. Thoughts are energy. All right? We're all energy. All right? So your thoughts are energy. So every time you think something, whether it's negative or positive, it's going to be projected into your life, into a reality. Because you are the generator. Operator. You operate your own life. Don't nobody operate your own life for you. Can't nobody force you to do nothing. Can't nobody make you do shit. You do shit because you want to. Now, there's going to be consequences for it. So, just like someone will say, oh, well, if someone put a gun to my head, that's forcing me to do something. No, because you have the choice. All right? Someone can put a gun to your head, but you don't have to do what they tell you to do. You could choose not to, but the consequence may be that you might die. Just like how our ancestors were. There was plenty of slaves that rebelled, that chose not to be a fucking slave, that would rather die than be a fucking slave. All right? Because they had the choice. They knew that they operated their own damn life. So they chose to die opposed to be a slave. So you always have a choice whether someone's putting a fucking gun to your head or not. All right? Destroyer. You are your own destroyer because of the things that you consume in your life, the things that you eat, the things that you intake into your body, the things that you deal with like stress. anxiety, and things of that nature. You destroy yourself. Nobody else destroys you. You do it to yourself. All right? And every time that you do something to destroy yourself, that's shortening your life expectancy on this earth. All right? Stress is a silent killer. All right? People literally die of stress. Okay? Little do you all know, people literally die of stress. All right? But ain't nobody doing it to you but yourself, because you're keeping yourself, like I said, the dog chasing its tail, in the fucking same damn circle. So you need to learn how to stop chasing your damn tail. Stop running around in circles. If something is not benefiting your life, it's not making you happy, it's not adding years to your life expectancy here, get the fuck out of it, and get the fuck out of it quick. All right? Because you ain't missing nothing. Trust me. I done been in so many damn relationships in my life that it's not nothing for me to get up and fucking walk away. This is why I'm able to help people be in relationships and obtain relationships and work on their relationships. I'm able to do this for people because I have experience in it, because I've been dealing with relationships for 26 years, and not just one relationship, for a long period of time, many fucking relationships. The longest that I've been with someone is 5 years, and a lot of people will tell me, well, you ain't even been with no one long enough to be trying to tell people about relationships or give advice about relationships. You don't got to be with no one for no long period of time. I got experience because opposed to dealing with one person for a long period of time, I've dealt with many. So that means I've dealt with many personalities. So I am authorized and certified to help people in relationships because I've dealt with so many different zodiac signs and so many different personalities. So I am able to do that. This is why I get paid to do what I do. This is why people come to me for these things, because I am very knowledgeable in it. And I am able to help people that are in fucked up situations to move on with their life, to stop living in fear, to stop feeling stuck, to stop feeling like that they have to put up with bullshit. If you need my help, YKP81, you need to go to my my Instagram page. There's my website is on there, and I have all of my services and fees listed on the website. Infinite Love, how did you know the person you dated was a narcissistic? Because I'm an empath, and she was totally fucking different from me. Totally fucking different from me. She told lies. She could never be honest about shit. She didn't have no empathy. Like when I was going through things, she had very nonchalant behavior. They're never wrong for anything that they do. So there's no reason for you to even argue with them, okay? She blamed me for her actions. She would do shit and then blame the shit for me. And she never wanted to admit to her wrongdoings. She had a superiority complex. Like, she ain't never do shit wrong. It was never her. It was always me. You know, cause I'm too emotional, or I'm just not understanding where she's coming from. Narcissist. Oh my fucking God. Narcissist. Oh my God. I promise when my book, I'm gonna come out, I'm writing a book, and in there I'm talking about narcissists, okay? Because you all do not want to end up with no damn narcissist, especially if you're an empath, all right? They are the worst fucking people, a narcissist. She would make me feel so miserable. She would make me feel like not wanting to live anymore because we just did not relate to each other. It was like oil and water, you know? Being with a narcissist is a very, very bad feeling, and it had me in a very bad place for a long time. For 3 years, I dealt with her. And, you know, she lives in her lower self. She doesn't know what love is. She didn't even know how to love herself, and I was definitely loving somebody that could not reciprocate love back to me. Narcissists are the opposite of empaths. So if you're an empath, then whatever is the opposite of you and how you operate, that's what a fucking narcissist is. And it's horrible. It's a horrible, horrible feeling. I gave her so much of me, and she drained me. They literally, like, they're like energy vampires. They'll come and suck the fucking energy out of your damn life, because it's like fighting a never-ending battle with them. They don't know how to love. They don't really care. They're haters. Like, anytime that I would tell her that good things that were happening in my life, like, I'm about to go speak publicly here, she would sit there and she would be like fake happy for me. Like, she was never really genuinely happy for me. She was very jealous of my accomplishments. All right? This is what narcissists do. And then they'll try to act like they don't know what you're talking about. Like, oh, I'm happy for you. What are you talking about? I wasn't acting like that. They try to play so damn dumb. But your intuition can tell you when someone's happy for you, when they're genuinely happy for you or not. And she wasn't genuinely happy for me. And you don't need people like that. That's not genuinely happy for you. That's not the type of person that you want to be with. All right? They're very, very controlling. Like, she would try to control things like the time that we spent together. Like, I would be like, come over. And she only lived 30 minutes away from me, but she'll be like, oh, that's too far. But then she would go to other people's house that live fucking 2 hours and 3 hours away. But coming to my motherfucking spot 30 minutes away is too far. She would try to control the situation all the time. It was like they have you like you're a little puppet on a fucking string. Just doing like this to you. All right? That is what they do. And they have to have control. All right? Because their lives have, at some point in their life, they lost control of their life. And so they feel the need to have to control other people's lives, because their lives are not, and they don't have control over their lives. And that's how her life was. She lost control of her life because she married a man that's a narcissist, and that's where she learned her narcissistic behavior from. It's from him, because she got with him when she was 14. He was 18 years old. He manipulated her from a young age. He turned her into a fucking narcissist. And so he would use them control techniques on her all the time, like shutting her phone off and knowing damn well that he pays the phone bill, so he's going to shut the phone off. They do stupid shit like that to control you, all right? To think that that's going to get you to act right, and they're very abusive to you, emotionally abusive to you, okay? So he basically put her in a position where she lost control of her life, because he was now controlling her life. So she no longer had control of her life since the age of 14 years old. So she stayed with him all this time. She's going to be 39 years old this year. She's been with him this whole time, and all he's been doing is controlling her life. So because she lost control of her life, she wanted to control my life. And that's just how they are. And a narcissist can change, because I was a narcissist in my younger years. But I evolved past that. When people would point out my flaws to me and the things that I was doing wrong and I was fucked up, it gave me a reality check, and I started checking myself, and I started changing myself. And I actually have a video on me being a narcissist on my YouTube channel. If you search me, Angie_Cha-Cha, you can find me. You can Google my name, and you'll come across all of my social media. But on my YouTube channel, I talk about being a narcissist. And narcissists can change, but that's very, very rare that they do. because for the most part they don't and they won't. And if you're with a narcissist, you're wasting your fucking time and you need to fucking get the fuck out of that shit and fast, okay? Because I have a female that friend of mine that I speak with from time to time, and she's with a narcissist. And she always comes back to me all the time, Angie this and Angie that. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to keep on telling you. I already told you what it is. You're not going to keep coming to me crying about the same thing. Either you want to take the action and make the fucking change, or you just want to sit in your fucking fucked up ass, shitty ass relationship. It's not going to do nothing for me. It ain't hurting me none, all right? Because I'm out here living my life, all right? Y'all the one coming to me for help. Do I consider that to be a spirit on her? What do you mean a spirit on her? What do you mean, like a negative spirit? Like, no, that's her personality. You're either a narcissist or you're an empath. I mean, there is no in between. It's either black or white. You're either positive or negative. You know, you can be a positive person but still have negative moments. That's normal. You can be negative person for the most part and still have positive moments. That's normal. But when it comes to being an empath and a narcissist, no. It doesn't have nothing to do with the spirit. That's just who she is. She's a narcissist. All right? It doesn't have nothing to do with the spirit being on her or none of that. She's a narcissist, and that's it. And I'm an empath. So you're either a narcissist or you're an empath. And that's it. And at the end of the day, like I said, you're G-O-D. You're generator, operator, destroyer. You control your own shit. Don't nobody else control your shit for you. So if you really wanted to fucking change, you would change. So people that don't want to change, they're not going to budge. And you can't force them. And y'all need to stop staying in that consistent cycle of trying to force someone to change or trying to hope someone will change, because that's what my friend would do. She was just staying with her husband hoping that he would change. And I'm like, he ain't going to change. You're wasting your time. Yes, Kat, nothing to do with her spirit or soul. It has to do with her life this lifetime. Exactly, all right? It has to do with her choices. She chose to allow her husband to manipulate her, and she chose to adopt his characteristics and be a fucking narcissist, and she can fucking change just like I changed, but she doesn't fucking want to. She chooses to be a fucking narcissist. So then at that point you can't do nothing else, you know. And I spent time 3 years doing the same shit, thinking that she was gonna change, thinking that things were gonna get better between us, thinking that I can help her, but it's not. You can't make nobody change. They have to want to change on their own. So I want to just get on here and talk to you all about relationships, being stuck in stagnant, living in fear, not wanting to change, not wanting to move on with your life, acceptance of people that will love you. And there is people out there that will love you unconditionally. I have yet to come across someone that I vibe with like that. About the last person that I did was my soulmate that passed away. He was my best friend, and we were together for 5 years. And he's besides the female that I dealt with that was the narcissist, me and her had a very strong soulful connection with each other. But besides her was him. And he passed away, So you are able to obtain a strong bond, soulful connections with people. And it's not just one person. The universe is not just going to send you one person to live your life with. They're going to send you an abundance of partners, of possible partners. There's an abundance of possible outcomes that can come out. Where that one, you don't just have a soulful connection with one person and that's it. and that's the only person that you're going to have a connection with, and then if it doesn't work out, then oh my god, that's the end of the world. No, there's plenty of people out there that you will have a soulful connection to. You just have to be open to it. You have to be open to it. You have to be open to receiving that in your life, and you will. As long as you're open to receiving it, you will come across many people that you have a soulful connection to. And these are the people that are possible mates for you, that are possible people that you can have long-lasting relationships with. But please be mindful that everything is temporary, that nothing is permanent. All right? Whether that person physically walks out of your life or you guys choose to break up and go your separate ways, or they die or you die, but there's going to be an expiration date. Trust and believe that. Either y'all are going to break up, or they're going to die, or you're going to die. There's going to be an expiration date. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And that is what you have to be mindful of. Nothing is forever. And get out of living the fairy tale frame of thinking, fucking living in Cinderella, La La Land, and all that fucking Snow White bullshit. That is not how shit works. Y'all need to stop that bullshit. Really. All right? Because you're hindering your spiritual growth that way. So, that's all I wanted to address on here. If any of you all need my guidance, you need my assistance, you can go on my Instagram page. There's a link there to my business website, and there's a list of services on my website. Or you can DM me, and I can tell you what you're needing in your life, whether it's a tarot card reading, if you need your chakras balanced, or you need, relationship advice, or you need life coaching. I do a number of services. I am here to heal. I am here to aid humanity. So if you need any of my services, please don't hesitate to check out my website. DM me if you have any questions, because that's what I'm here for. And sending you all lots of peace, love, and light. You all love yourselves. Love yourselves. Fucking love yourselves more than anybody else. Fucking love you. Y'all have to start loving yourselves. This is the only way your relationships are going to get better. It starts with you. Peace, love, and light.